Yes, it's me, Market Vendor here again today. Weddings, boy. I know a thing or two about weddings. Let me tell you something. I attend a lot of them in my time. Yes. But you see me, Market Vendor. Sometimes I just look at these weddings, these big weddings that people just got, and wonder if them they really know what they're doing. Because they look, the bride mother and father might go and spend a bundle of money up at a wedding, and 2 mornings later, bring it down, sort of break up and go on about your business, and all that big money that's spent with catering and the bands and all the flowers and all the decorations and things, all of that they come to naught. Or to spend a bundle of money for a wedding, when you were there sitting there saying, I wish you would have write a check and give me that money and let me get down with the registry, or call the priest and go have a little simple ceremony, a little morning thing, little hot coffee and tea afterwards to break the air, and give me that money. Let me put that money as a down payment on a house or something, so a piece of land later on, if the marriage lasts and thing we could think, you know where I'm coming from. Now look, the other thing that got me here about weddings, I don't know. You know it. Huh? When you been married, you know what I'm talking about. Huh? You really want to get past this wedding ceremony and think you want to have some, personal time with your new bride. You understand where man coming from? And with your groom too as well, I would imagine, from the lady's perspective. But no, when I got to sit down through all the boring speeches, or people trying to embarrass you by raking up stuff and so on, because not everybody is a speechwriter or a speech maker, and people just get up sometimes and talk a bundle of, doo-doo at weddings. You understand me, Market, from the start about it at funerals too as well. Now, at a funeral, I noticed that nowadays, we don't bother with the big set of thing afterwards. They got a very polite term that you see now in the programs, because a few years ago, it was the thing in Barbados. You had to have a big do after the wedding, after the funeral. Just like after the wedding, you got to have a bundle of people coming around your house. You mourning, you in grief and thing, and people coming and eating and drinking and messing up the place and all kinds of stuff and so on. Well, now, you found a way around that, and the way around that is that you put a polite message saying that the family would like to spend the time after the funeral in quiet reflection. Yes. Well, I feel you should invent something like that for weddings too as well. Because I know, speaking for the groom, the last thing you want to do after a wedding ceremony is going to spend 4 or 5 hours watching people eat out and drink out what could have been going into your bank account. And you sitting down there, you getting more and more tired and more frustrated, and you know where you want to be. You understand? You want to be in private with your new bride, with the person that you guys spend, well, if not the rest of your life, a fair portion of your life on bank account with. So I feel like you should start to give that option, you understand? Have some little quiet weddings, and send out a little announcement. We are announcing that Miss so-and-so and Miss so-and-so have now been, formally put together, and they are now married as a couple, I would like to thank those of you, who may have wanted to come and bless us and so on, but you are still free to send us a little something if you want, a little present to celebrate the occasion. And we shall get together at another occasion after we have finished our honeymoon and have a little, a little drink here and there. I feel that would make a lot of sense. The same way you just do it at funerals, you could do it at weddings too as well. And get away from all that big set of palaver. You don't know that groom and that bride. You really feel them all sit down there all night long? Them only got one thing on the mind, you understand? Yes. It's a case of mind over matter. Yeah, you don't mind and they don't matter. Now, so I feel that that's a good approach, and I would like to suggest that some people do that, you understand? And left out the evening wedding, because when you come to evening weddings, you got to have big set of food and thing. But if you get married early in the morning, the most you might offer somebody's a cup of tea, you understand? You even got to worry with the alcohol, no nothing, so maybe a sandwich or two. Market ain't cheap, but it's just common sense. What's the sense of spending $40,000-$50,000 in these hard times, or more in some cases, and then next thing 3 years later, you spend that money with the lawyers to get out to the same thing that you get into? No. Send out a nice thing announcing, you are now married, you're now a couple. Yes, and you can forward any gifts and any celebratory, checks and so on that you want to the following address. That time you done call up and you honeymoon are having a wonderful time. And who knows? Maybe the marriage might last a little longer. It's only a market vendor gone for now, but you have a blessed and a wonderful day. Yeah?